They're Bloomberg analysts, but they say there is a 95% chance of an approval this week. Could happen today, Wednesday, or Friday. Keep in mind, ETF approval, Bitcoin pumps, right? Short squeeze, and that's what's happening right now. And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from a lovely Westlake Village, California. And here I'm going to share my views on Bitcoin technical analysis, market trends, and more broadly, what macroeconomic trends could impact Bitcoin as we trudge the road of happy destiny. I'm talking about Bitcoin 2025, a price target of 180,000, and really just how to plan, how to prepare, and what to do if things don't go as planned. So today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin ETF approval, how to identify when this rally is over, which I should have Bitcoin up here. And we're going to talk about, where to really some of the hot altcoins where you can make that life-changing money, that retirement goal money. And whatever your goal is, I believe you can achieve it by using crypto. And where and when to expect the macro blow off top to happen for Bitcoin. So if you watch it to the end, I'm going to give you a few trade setups. There's some juicy ones right now that we post on our VIP Discord channel, which if I could get there. And I was just reviewing this last one for IMX. The last one, I've been out on holiday for 3 beautiful weeks. 3 beautiful weeks. It was a long needed break. And this trade setup was nearly to the tune of 40% on IMX that hit pretty nicely. And so, literally the trade setups get posted there. You can say, oh, I like this one. I don't like that one. They're for free. So if you get the VIP access, it shows you how to get the access. All you got to do is click on the links in the description below. We also have cryptcourses.com where you can start to learn the basics of technical analysis. And then if you want to get a little deeper, you go into Trade Like a Pro. Needless to say, we got a lot to go over today. So if you don't have a lot of time, make sure that you play it on fast forward. What am I talking about? Some people don't know. There's this button here where you can go to your settings. Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, and I'm going to bring you some insight into what's happening right now. You can play it at 1.5 times speed. You can play it at 2 times speed. I like 1.5 times speed. Needless to say, if you don't have a lot of time today and you want to get all the information included, play it on extra fast. So we're also going to go over MEXC futures. I've got a lot of people and clients asking me about this new exchange, MEXC, that has the lowest fees. I think it's probably the best exchange out there right now in terms of user experience and fees, right? Lower fees is better. So we'll do that. And then, so let's start off with the Bitcoin ETF and what to expect there. And basically, VanEck ETF, I believe, on the 10th. So the rumor has it can either get approved today, Wednesday, or Friday. VanEck ETF could get approved as soon as as soon as Wednesday. I don't think it's going to happen today. I think we probably would have got the news today. But so if the ETF approval does hit, I would expect our $49,000 target to get hit, which if you guys have been following along for our channel, make sure you like and subscribe. But those of you who've been here for a while, thank you. Thanks for following along in the crypto journey with me and learning and coming back day after day. But I did want to not just pat myself on the back, but say, congratulations, guys. We made it to the box of peace and prosperity or death and despair. And we just joke around about this. What I mean here is If we get rejected right here, yeah, we're probably going to get that, bit of a 30% correction that comes either before or after the halving. If we can close above that box and hold, well, very likely going to make new all-time highs, or at least retest the highs. And what you're looking at here is BLX, the longest printed history on Bitcoin. And what I have marked off here, excuse me, I got a bit of a a bit of a cold. Thank God I didn't get sick on vacation, but little business, a little vacation. You gotta do a little bit of both. But what we have here, and this is so Van Eck, and just capping off the discussion on the ETF here. They're Bloomberg analysts, not the smartest guys in the world, but they say there is a 95% chance of an approval this week. Could happen today, Wednesday, or Friday. And I wanted to, take a look at, or put out some ideas. What could cause the ETF not to get approved? Well, one, Van Eck could pull out and say, like, we're withdrawing our application on an agreement with the SEC saying, hey, we'll pull out now, but you guarantee to approve us in March, which, by the way, March is the next deadline for ETF approvals. Remember, there's I want to say like 10, 20. Let's check out on Twitter here. ETF approvals. There's so many, and they're saying they're not going to just approve one. They're going to approve them all. I'm trying to find the list. ETF applicants. ETF. Because they can't just approve one and deny the other. And that is what they're saying. So there's Grayscale, Van Eck, BlackRock, Galaxy, Invesco. I mean, you guys can go and check them all out. There's like 20 people applying. They're going to approve them all at once because it won't be fun. You don't want to have any unfairness, right? Anyways, long story short, Van Eck pulls out with an agreement. You guarantee to approve us in March. 2, Gary Gensler could come off his rocker totally crazy, ignore the court order, and just deny the ETF. Or 3, Joe Biden could fall out of his walking chair and say, Biden administration doesn't want a Bitcoin ETF. And I don't think any of those are very likely. And from what I've heard is BlackRock has been working very, very closely with the SEC to get all their ducks in a row to have this thing approved. So now that we got that out of the way, just keep in mind, ETF approval, Bitcoin pumps, right? And when I'm talking about a pump here, a Bitcoin pump, that would be up to this high right here. And we've had this box of peace and prosperity laid in since the lows were set in here. So if you've been following along, we've been targeting a move up to 48,000 since that. And why is that? Well, we use what's called the Fibonacci tool here. And where do the bull traps and the bear traps come in? Right at the 0.5 of the 618. We're above the 0.5 right now. And that 618 is coming in right at 48,621. So could we get a little pop above, maybe up to 50,000 or 52,000? Absolutely. But I do believe we're going to get some sell pressure in that area. Why is that? Well, if you take a look at Hyatt Block Capital, which, by the way, if you want, there's a link in the description below for this as well. This shows you where all the liquidation levels are. This is where the people are going to get liquidated, where they're going to lose all their money, right? And on the 1 month time frame, you've got major liquidation levels coming in at 47.9, 48.4, and then way up there, there's some way up here at 52,000. So if it gets approved, very likely we get a spike up into this region. If it gets denied, well, you'd expect a broader sell-off in the general markets. And that means, Bitcoin goes down. Well, your baby altcoins are going to go down too. So I think that covers that. There's a major liquidity up there at 46.5, which we've already hit. So have we blown through it yet is the question. Let's zoom in. No, we have not totally blown through, but we did blew through this area, right? So the next kind of area to take over, and it looks like we're heading up there, 47.9. I think that retail FOMO carries it up a little bit more. And yeah, shout out to Crypto Banter for giving that analysis, which I think was pretty good about why it could not get approved. But what happens? 47.9. If we bust through it, all that liquidity, on the other side of every long, there's a short contract, right? So as the shorts are getting liquidated, well, when a short gets liquidated, a long goes in, replaces it. So it adds fuel to the fire, and that's what's happening right now. This is a bit of a, what do they call it? A short squeeze, right? So all the people that were short here, a lot of people were bearish last week, apparently. I don't know why. I was watching it this weekend. The weekly closed with pretty much a bullish engulfing candle. So I went to sleep at night like a little baby and didn't have any fears or qualms about anything. And well, in general, I don't have those things because I like to plan ahead and put my faith where it counts, if you know what I mean. All right, so back into our kind of macro analysis here. Just to recap, because we haven't done this in a bit of a while. 1 year prior to the Bitcoin halving is when the bull market starts. So this is 1 year prior to the first Bitcoin halving. And then what we like to do is measure to the ultimate high and how many days it took. So from 1 year to the next high, that was 105 weeks, and this is on a weekly time frame. Okay, so it took from the ultimate low to the ultimate high, it took 105 bars, 105 weeks. Okay, from this low to the macro high, call it 130 bars, 130 weeks for the next one, right? Pretty close. About 20 weeks difference was a year. That's, it's not that close, but it's close. Close enough is close enough. And then you got this one right here from, let me get rid of that fib so you can see it a little bit better. From the low of the cycle high, we're talking about to the ultimate high, 130 bars again. So 130, 130. And so let's take the average, guys. 130, 130, and 108 weeks. Call it 120, 125. If we measure that out, you'd expect Bitcoin somewhere around August 2025 to put in that macro blow off top. So what we'll be talking about on this channel is how to stack more Bitcoin using technical analysis over the next, well, I think we got about 100. So if we mark that off from here to now, how many weeks do we have? To August, to make that life-changing money, to make that wealth-changing money, the goal money that you have set aside, because you're not going to get these kind of returns out there in the bloody old stock market. But the parabolic blow-off tops do happen right here at the 4236 and the 3618. That's typically what happens. Technical analysis, it's not an exact science, it's more of an art form. And you can see that in these past, well, let's look at this one, right? From the ultimate high to the ultimate low, what do you know? We hit the 4236 right there, right? Sold off. This one, I believe, actually, from this ultimate high to the low here, we did a little bit more. But we did sell off from this area right here, which does not That doesn't look like a big drop, but I'm willing to bet that was 39% of your bag gone. But we use other indicators to kind of put in confluence and make a judgment of, okay, is this the blow off top? But at least we have some kind of an idea of where to expect this blow off top to happen. And then last one, or this one, I think also it shot above the extremity, but yeah, it did. So close enough is close enough, right in that area. Okay, maybe you missed a little bit, but that 4236 is where those extreme moves end, okay? So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about what everybody wants to know right now, and that is, when is the current rally over, right? The rally that we're in right now, as Bitcoin is putting in a nice little palm tree, bamboo stick, whatever you want to call it. You know, bamboo grows underground for like 20 years and then it shoots up in 1 year. It's 100 feet high, right? That's Bitcoin. Where does it all end? How do we know when it ends? Well, I think a good way to identify this, a couple good ways. One is going to be this, okay? When the 9 and the 21 EMA, which by the way, if you take the course, you can sign up for free right now for 30 days. You get the whole course for free. Bitcoin 101, how to stack sats using that technical analysis. You just click there, fill out the form, and it's free for 30 days, which you can finish the course in like 2 days pretty easily, a couple hours. That'll get you going there. If you want to learn how to get the moving averages all dialed in, we have a whole video set up, how to set up TradingView. You're going to want to do that. All right, so the 21 and the 9, right? That's those moving averages. The cyan is the 9. The yellow is the 21 exponential moving average. And what happens is when these eventually cross down, well, like they did right there, that's going to be a good warning signal that the rally is over, okay? And that can take some time, really. The posturing they have right now doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. This is a bullish engulfing candle for today. If we close anywhere here or higher, I would expect continuation tomorrow for sure. We're at 47,000 right now. All right. Keep going, Bitcoin. Keep flying to the moon. That's what we want to see. So when those cross each other, when I say cross, the blue crosses the yellow to the downside, that is going to be your first warning sign, rally over. The other sign I look for is a lower high on the daily time frame. Well, what do you know? Back here is another example. I would consider that your first lower high. So it came in right at the same time, and then you get the lower low. Lower high, lower low on the daily time frame. That is a shift in trend and very likely a shift in momentum to the downside. Now, do I think that means we're going down to doggy town all the way down? No. And I would be happy to give you some, support levels where I think Bitcoin could go when we do cross down, which we will at some point. There's going to be a 30% correction, 25-30% correction. It's either right before the halving or right after. We don't know which one it's going to be, but we're going to use our indicators to give us that idea. The second one I like to use is bearish divergence. So hidden bearish divergence, that is. And you want the 3-drive variety, which will be present if the RSI does not. So you will have pretty much, if the RSI right here makes another lower high, right? Price is making higher highs as the RSI is making lower highs. That would be your second warning sign. But right now, this is very healthy, very good. And the 2-day volatility expansion to the upside looks bullish. Man, I'm putting the bull goggles on, and that's why I'm really excited, guys, because there's some altcoins that pulled back, some of the strongest altcoins in the market, pulled back significantly, put in some lows, and now they are printing they are printing bullish engulfing candles, which is like guaranteed upside for tomorrow. So if you stay to the end, again, I'm going to give you some of those trade setups. But the 2-day volatility expansion play typically gives you a 30% move, which has just been activated as of, well, it'll be closure of today. And what am I talking about? 2-day volatility expansion and momentum play. So this is our momentum indicator. When it crosses up, that means momentum is to the upside on the 2-day time frame. Typically gives you a 30% play. Could be as low as 20, could be as high as 40 or 40%. So to give you an idea, let's call it 30%. Where does 30% up from where we're at today, or from the low of today? So we'll take the low of this 2-day candle. So 30%. Wow, that gets you a bit more. 56,000. Let's be a little more conservative. Let's say 25%. 25%. Bang, right there at 54,000. So I could be wrong with my decision. Kind of my current plan, which is to take some off the table right here at about 49,000 to front run some of the people that may be getting extra bullish when they should be getting extra bearish. Because we've had a nice rally, guys. We've had a very, very healthy rally, and no need to be greedy, because we were getting in, if you've been on the channel for some time, we got on that first higher low over there, and just tons of good moves we've had all year long. So no reason to be greedy, because the pullback will come. It will. Excuse me. All right. Yep. So warning signs. Again, 9 crosses the 21 to the downside. Starting to get bearish. Any kind of a closure below 40,200. And I would be looking for that first move down to 34. And if we look at our liquidation heat map, look, everybody's getting long here on the liquidation levels. But you can see there is strong support here at about 30, or at least strong liquidations here down at about 39.5, 40,000 bucks. If we lose that level, let's see, where's the next one? Honestly, I could see $30,000 Bitcoin coming back into play if we lose that level, or at least a wick down there, just a wick down. Touchdown for a little $30,000 touch. And why is that? Well, it's kind of play it range by range here. And let's get off of these and see if we can just draw out some range levels here. And, taking this trend line all the way back, because I'm sure it goes back a little bit further. Let's see. It's just strange how these trend lines just tend to play out. They just tend to play out, guys. But I'm trying to get a longer history chart on Bitcoin. Not helping me out here. Okay. Am I going to have to use the BLX? Apparently I am. BLX, always nice to fall back on because it has the longest price history for Bitcoin. But I'm sure if we draw back from this trend line, trying to see how far back we can draw this trend line from. Does this line up with anything? I just turned $140 into $1,300 over the last 2 weeks. Yes, it's possible in the land of cryptocurrency. My name is Chris Mitchell. I am the CEO of Crypt Courses, and I'm bringing you this video because I'm going to give you some really good information on how to buy, sell, and trade digital currency. Now, you've probably heard about a lot of people making a lot of money in crypto, but you don't feel safe or intelligent enough to make the investment. That's why I created Bitcoin 101, how to stack sats using technical analysis. It's the crypto trader's dream to starting your crypto journey. It's absolutely free. All you gotta do is click on the link in the description below and we will get you your free guide today. Yeah, I should have drawn this before I started, but I wanted to get this video out before the market pumped anymore. And all right, I think that's it. My point here is that if Bitcoin does get above here, expect some selling pressure around the all-time highs on the first pass, and then very likely going to break through it. Just like when we reapproached 20,000 back here, everybody thought, oh, double top, double top. I was like, no, it's going to break on through. And we sure did. And we went all the way to 60,000. So I think something extraordinary is going to happen this time. I think this is, if you're in the crypto market now, it's going to be a better time. Probably one of your last times to make life-changing wealth. Because what happens after the institutions get involved? Your chance of making life-changing money with Bitcoin with Bitcoin is going to get diminished over time. That's it for Bitcoin analysis. I hope that was helpful. If it was, make sure you put a like button down there. All right. Next up, because we want to talk about some altcoins here. I think, to keep in mind in the background here, guys, you want to keep in mind NASDAQ is making new all-time highs right now. New all-time highs, and we did say that was likely to happen this year. Printing a bullish engulfing on NASDAQ, not quite engulfing on the daily here, but that would be a bullish candle right there, and I would expect some continuation tomorrow. Alongside, we got Dow Jones popping up. Excuse me, that is the Dow. Yeah, so stock market is going to affect Bitcoin regardless of the halving or inflation. And keep in mind this week, I think PPI and CPI are coming out. Gotta excuse my cold here. I barely made it in, but I wanted to be here today 100%, regardless of being sick or not. Okay, back in on anything else. I wanted to check out TLT, that bond market we've been talking about. TLT rallied off the lows. Okay, so bonds are doing okay. And getting into Ethereum, the number one, not the number one, but the number two by market cap altcoin. That means first it's Bitcoin, then it's Ethereum, then everybody else gets some love. Ethereum, oops, we want to do is look at ETH Bitcoin, right? And we've been following this for some time, and we were hoping for this, for a bit of an alt season party, right? We wanted to break this trend line, make a higher low, and break out. And that would have been like full-on confirmed alt season. Did not happen. So, as you'd expect, Bitcoin dominance continued to go up, ETH Bitcoin going down. So Bitcoin outperforming Ethereum right now. And I would say this is presenting with, and we just don't want to close, well, and either way, I mean, if it closed below, fine. If not, it's fine too. But where could it potentially come back to? This is going to be the last major vector candle coming back right here. So I would not be surprised to see this come down a bit more. Don't ask me why the price likes to return to these bright green candles, but there is a reason, and it's too much to explain right now. But if we do lose that last level, which is going to be, what is that? How many Satoshis? How many millions of Satoshis? Not 0.4917. If we do close a daily below there, I would expect a bit more downside for ETH Bitcoin. And that just means Bitcoin's probably rallying to the moon. All that means is Bitcoin's rallying to the moon, and we're going to get that much bigger of an alt season party. That much more opportunity to blow it out of the water and make some real money. Because, right, Bitcoin goes from 40,000 to 180, which I gave the conservative target, right? So the conservative target is that 180. Why do I say that? Well, that's going to be your Well, it's kind of in no man's land, 180,000. I think it's based on the weekly time frame. Let's see. On the candle body closing basis. A lot of the information probably sounds way too complicated, right? Way too much, way too fast. If you want to like start to understand it, you got to take the free course, Bitcoin 101. Just take Bitcoin 101. You'll learn it. It's not that hard. If I can figure it out, you can do it too. All right. But we are approaching that weekly. Oh, wow. Are we going to do it today? Are we going to do it right now? See how we're getting resistance right there at 47,000, right at the 618? Right at the 618. That is just a beautiful sight to see, guys. We've been waiting a long time for this. I'm just so excited for all of you guys. Congratulations if you've been along for the party, clients, family, friends. This is what we've been waiting for. And it's just the start. And the good news is we're only 1/3 into this bull market right now. Why do I say that? Again, historically speaking, 1 year before the Bitcoin halving, you get the bull market starts, and then it lasts 130 weeks. We are, out of 130 weeks, we are how many weeks in? 39. So we're about 1/3 into the party, to the bull party. And then the bear party, by the way, you can make just as much money, if not more, on the way down, faster. So, all right, I've blabbered on enough about Bitcoin and ETH Bitcoin. So technically speaking, when on the daily time frame, we finally get the reversal, which, you know, you never know what could happen today. We could reverse this candle right now today, put in a higher low. And you would technically have, if this turns into a higher low, you'd have that opportunity for this to happen right over here. Higher high, higher low, and then bang. And that's alt season. That's when the alt season starts. Okay, so we're not in official alt season yet, but we're getting close. We're getting close. The other thing I would want to see is Bitcoin dominance to, well, again, we had the box of peace and prosperity and death and despair. We've said, look, very likely going to head up there. I would expect Bitcoin dominance to continue to go up. So probably Bitcoin soaks up some of the altcoins. Although, I'll tell you what, if you look at the charts, a lot of the altcoins are still outperforming Bitcoin. So this is just all theory, right? But typically as Bitcoin dominance is going up, Bitcoin is going to outperform most of the altcoins. Okay. So that's going up. Tether dominance, the last thing. So we like to look at all the underlying market dynamics, right? The dollar, the stocks, Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance. This Tether dominance is basically the biggest, baddest stable coin in the market right now, and printing a bearish engulfing to the downside. Again, that's bullish. So when people are selling their dollars, right, to buy altcoins or Bitcoin, that's a good sign. We want this. Look, and that measure move did get hit to a T. We've had that one lined out for months, well, since the trend broke back there. Where do we get that trend line? Well, what happens? Measure at the 50% breaks the triangles, these ascending and descending triangle. Okay, this is the triangle. They break when they're 75% full. And it just hit the perfect shot. I didn't trade it. I mean, I'm not trading Tether, but it's good to know when Tether dominance is going down, you're going to get altcoin party. So I would expect some more love for our altcoins. So let's get into what we want to do and start off going through some of these altcoins that, again, some of the hidden gems that you may or may not know of. I do want to start out with probably my number one pick, which is this guy right here. Neutron. Don't ask me why this highly esteemed internet technology is supposed to rip and roar into the future, but we've been buying it since way back when it was, I mean, this is a micro cap. When I first started buying it, like with like $10,000, you could barely get an order filled. Like there wasn't enough buyers. Nobody even heard about it. But after a bit of a consolidation and a breakout, you can see we hit the 2618, came back down, popped back up, and well, where's the next target going to be? I'll tell you right now. I'd say 231 on this one. And we're current, so that's 60% higher. Neutron, which by the way, you can get it on MEXC right here. You can see I got just a little position running right now on the spot account. And I did want to put together a trade for you guys right now and show you how it's done. I just got to move some tether over into my futures details. Why is this frozen? It's because I have an order open on another trade, which I believe is on SEI, which is another one of my top picks right there, Neutron SEI. So if we go to trade, it should show me where the open order is. There it is, yeah. So again, these smaller cap coins, you put an order in, it doesn't get filled, the price just keeps running. So what I'm going to do is delete this. And now that should have unfrozen my account, unfrozen my little bit of. Now I should be able to transfer it. Okay, that's what I was waiting to do. So now in my spot account, you can see I have Neutron. I've got SIA, whatever you want to call it, Tether, and MX token. So what are you going to do now if you want to move your Tether from your spot account to your futures account? You're going to go transfer. You're going to make sure it says from spot to futures. I'm going to transfer it all right now. I'm going to hit transfer. Even though I want to buy some more Neutron, I think it could be better. And let's see if it went. So now my Tether's gone. Where'd it go? Well, if I head over to my futures account, it's right there. Margin available, 10,000. Okay. So now let's go to the trade section, which, by the way, you would just click US. And by the way, don't do this if you have no experience. I'm just giving a little tutorial for some of the people that have a little more experience so they know how to move their funds over from the spot account to the futures account. And if you don't have a trading plan, don't trade futures. If you have no experience, don't use leverage. Anyways, there is a link in the description below for Bitcoin advisors. If you have a question, you can always give us a call, and hopefully we can answer it. But I'll show you one trade setup I have running right now, which is on Rune, which is one of the strongest altcoins all of last year. Why do I say that? Well, here's a good look. We're about to print a bullish engulfing candle as we are cresting up against the 382 fib. So if you've taken our course, you would know that a weak bounce will take you up to the 382. A strong bounce will take you up to the 618. Once you close above the 618, you're probably going to retest the high. And once you break the high, the next target is that 1618. And if you're, I probably should raise the take profit. So you always want to have, so if you don't have three things in cryptocurrency land when you're investing, especially using futures contracts, which is your entry point, your exit point, and your risk management, then you are just gambling. You're just hoping for the best. And for all my gambling buddies out there, yes, you don't want to gamble in crypto. You want to have a plan. What is Mike Tyson's favorite plan? Well, saying everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And I promise you, you're probably going to get punched in the face more than once using futures and leverage. Okay. So, but for those of us who want to grow our cryptos at a faster pace, well, they offer up to 200x leverage. Don't try it. Don't try it. All right. So why did I take this trade? Well, Rune, one of the most powerful coins in the market, as you can see, off the lows here. This one is up an exorbitant amount, 800% over what, since June last year. So for the last 6 months, 8x, not bad. Has been one of the strongest performers, and it's got the technology behind it and the following, and you know, I could just go on and on. Rune, fair to midland bet. But let's see if we can find a trade now, which I did see quite a few brewing in the altcoin sector this morning before I got on here, starting off with the ICP. This is a bullish engulfing candle. I'd expect immediate continuation going into tomorrow. Do I like to buy on something that went up 22%? No. Do I like to buy Neutron when it's down 2% today and everything else is up? Yes, that's what you want to buy. But for today's sake, we're just going to get into another coin, and we're going to go down the lower term time frames, trying to kind of get an entry and see what's brewing. IMX. Okay, here's one. Here's one where it hasn't quite taken off yet. So on the hourly time frame, what is Immutable X? It's one of these gaming coins getting a bounce off the purple 200 on the 4 hour. What do we have here? Volatility is declining. This guy right here, as volatility is declining, third bounce off the 200. I think this one is got potential. Solana definitely has potential. And by the way, yeah, Solana. Oh, Render. I think I like this one. Reclaiming that purple 200 on the 4 hour. Volatility is declining. I'm going to start whipping out the HPDR indicator here just to add a little confluence to these trades here. Glimmer me shimmers. Being a little bit deceitful here, declining volatility. So what we want to see is low volatility and momentum crossing to the upside. Low volatility. Oh, Casper. This is the one. This is the one. This is the trade setup. Casper is looking pretty Casperish here. On the day has the potential, and this is again one of the coins that has been very strong, very, very strong in the bull market. And Casper the friendly ghost, low volatility, momentum, trying to cross back up on the daily. I don't 100% love it, but this is the trade setup. I'm going to post it in the Discord right now. We've come back. We had a long wick, took out all the liquidity there, all the way down to, I'd say, this level right here. Casper. Where did we come down to off of this rally when it comes to the 618? So where do you want to buy? This is a bearish retracement off the 618. So you would have put a limit off there. And now it's kind of just regathering some steam. And as Bitcoin rallies, even though the dominance and whatnot, everybody's going to go to Bitcoin first, the strong altcoins are going to come back harder. Let's see how GNS. Oh, that was a trade setup we posted a bit ago. Still in the green, still looking healthy. GNS. If you took that one, super. Another. Oh, I like that. So I'm noticing some of these gaming coins, and that's the other thing is you want to be in the right narrative. So there's the AI narrative, there's the gaming narrative, there is the layer 2 narrative, there's the oh, another one. Stacks, which is the kind of the layer 2 for Bitcoin apparently. Tau is coming back. This is the AI coin. I'm just trying to see. Strap, a gaming one, okay. I think I got hammered on that one, but it's okay. I just put a little bit in there. Let's see. Oh, this another one, Rollbit, guys. Rollbit, we crushed that one, guys. If you took that trade setup, when it pulled back right here, I think we're catching it. You know what? I'll have to go look back, but I know when it pulled back just recently, we got it at 15 cents, 16 cents. Now we're at 24, so that's good. Rollbit is a gambling casino online, okay? Already printing like hundreds of millions of dollars worth of revenue. I don't know. Theta Bear. Oh, yeah, I like this one too. Breaking that trend. Coming back for the retest off the green 55. Volatility is just beginning to tick back up and will cross back up above 122. Momentum will cross back up to the upside, so we're still down on that one. Is Uni trade setup. Okay, that's decent. That one is still in play, Uni. Going through a few of these. How's SNX? Okay, coming in right into the box of peace and prosperity and or death and despair. So smash the button below if you, okay, render. I like this one. Let's get to some render. Rejecting the bearish control zone. We'll cross up above 435 today. Bullish engulfing candle today. And we got a blue volume stick here. Blue volume means reversal. So would I look at this as just another higher low on the daily time frame? Yes, indeed. If we close anywhere here or higher in the next 3 hours and 25 minutes. TIA, another one. Very, very powerful. As you can see the chart, TIA, I wish I would have bought this one earlier. Up 600% since November, not bad. I'm going to move that to one of the top of the list here. So we're at CAS, TIA, and how's our Orca coin? Orca. How's the killer whale doing? So rally temporarily over unless we can get back above that high there. Near already smashed that target. Good job, Near. Broke that trend. Bang. That was a nice one. And getting rejected at that 618, putting in a higher low, bouncing off that green 55. That's what you want to see. Benki. Which Benki is the, I believe it's the decentralized exchange for Orca. I mean for AVAX. Bouncing off the 618. This is exactly what you'd want to see for a continuation push. But is it going to push today? Volatility increasing. Momentum is dipping down here to the downside. Crosses up above, not 0.0182. That could be a spectacular buy. Benki's been a hot one. After getting smashed. Hasn't broken the all-time high. There was another one. Oh, ARB and Optimism. I'm giving away all the good goodies. So this is in a blue sky breakout for Optimism. It made new all-time highs, putting in a higher low right now. Bullish engulfing. I'm going to move that one down to the bottom of the list here. That's Optimism, and where's me some Arbitrum, and I'm going to try and put a trade in. I wish I was going live right now. Then I could get a little feedback on what is what. GRT looking healthy here too as well, putting in a higher low off the green 55. Dude, this market is about to pump, guys. This is about to be fun times for crypto. This is about to be good times. ARB. And again, almost a bullish engulfing. Yeah, I do like that one as well. So, back to what makes a good trade setup on the lower term time frames, higher term time frames. Really, we want to get a trade right now that we could put a 5 or 10x lever trade and just hold it and let it ride just for like a month, right? That would be what I'd want to do. So, again, the criteria for the better buys are going to be if volatility is low. My throat is killing me, guys. My throat is killing me. My little tiny baby margin trade on Rune is up 30% today, so not bad. We got 10,000 more to push out. So where do we want to put it? We want to find something that has lower volatility on the daily time frame. So easy way to do that. Very easy way to do that. You can see Optimism looks a little better here. So when volatility is low, it's going to expand and price is going to go in the direction of the trend. Okay? And when something's making new all-time highs like this, that's looking good. What about the 4 hour? 4 hours looking healthy. Okay. I do like this one. The only thing I don't like is we're coming right into that green 55 right there. You should get a little sell pressure there. But with Bitcoin rallying like it is, it may never come back down. It may never come back down. It may just blast off to the moon right off that purple 200. Look, every time it's touched it on the 4 hour, bang, higher, bounce, bounce. Okay, TIA. TIA. Okay, so volatility is expanding where it's not really. It's moving average is still ticking up, so that's the white line. TIA, very new coin, I guess. I don't know. I forgot this one. Where's the other one? Mantle. That one I just heard about. A long pitch about this one. This is going to be a long one today, guys. I told you play it on fast forward. Play it on fast forward. You don't want to hear me boring voice all that long. I know. Mantle. Okay, yeah. Loving this chart. Low volatility. This is a spot coin. I'll probably come back and get this another day. Oh, yeah, this one, big time. Big time, up 35% today. This one has just went bonkers. And we called this one out way back here. I don't know if you remember that W formation. I said we were going to crack this high right here. It took some time, but once it broke that, bang, huge move. Another gaming token. Glimmer, I like this one too. How's AVAX doing? Healthy pullback, okay. Is the pullback over for the altcoins? That's the question. TRB, ooh, got smashed, okay. So back on to the 4 hour time frame, low volatility expansion. What's going to be the best one for a trade right now? We're going to go 4 hour. Harb's looking healthy. With a little pullback. We just had a 4-hour closure. I'm getting hungry, guys. It's time for dinner. Time for lunch. Optimism. We want to get the one with the lowest volatility and momentum to the upside. Or, again, this looks kind of healthy here. First tap rejected. Optimism. Casper. Neutron is not available for leverage. Not available. IMX. Low volatility expansion. We're below the purple 200. What about the daily? Daily's down, bouncing off the purple, bouncing off there. So if we were going to take this one, we're going to have to put a stop loss right here. You know what? I am pretty undecided on this one. If Super can dig itself out here and cross back up, Super looks good. ICP already up 20% today. Volatility is declining. And this one still has a lot of room to go. That's what I like. Still got a lot of room to go on this one from the ultimate high. I'm undecided, guys. I'm getting a headache. I'm going to save a trade for tomorrow. We moved our tether from the spot account to the futures account. Come back tomorrow. We'll put in a trade. We went over a trade setup for Casper. We went over the Rune trade setup. Still very valid, even if you're, want to put a little order in, add to it. Other than that, I hope you guys have a blessed and highly favored day. And if you enjoyed this one and you want me to do this more in depth, make sure you post a comment, write a question, let me know you like what I'm doing so I can continue on. Otherwise, I'll just go back to the little 5-10 minute Bitcoin videos. Have a blessed day. Take care.